Hello, this is Dr. Alan Widener from Massage Chair Relief, and we welcome you to Massage Chair Relief live streaming podcast. It's good to have you here today. And for those of you that are watching this after the recording, when it's up on YouTube or Facebook, we hope you find it helpful. And if you have any questions, you can always reach out to me through our website or our phone number. But we can help you with any questions you might have if you are not on the call today. But we welcome those that are attending. It's good to have you here. Thank you for taking time out of your day. It is a Friday, and so I'm sure and it's a Memorial Day here in the United States, and so I'm sure there's some people that are going to be gone just to be gone. But anyways, our guest today is Micheal Roedeske. He is the owner and founder of a company in Germany called Massagesessel.
Good.
Which, yeah, my last name's Weidner. I have to learn. I should be able to pronounce the names. But that word, that Massagesessel means massage chair world. And I invited Micheal to come. I met, first a little backstory, Micheal, about how we met. You reached out to me back, I think it was in December or even November, and asked if I was going to be going to CES in January, and I was. So we arranged to meet there and talk massage chairs. It was really great to meet you. Very, a very enjoyable experience. Your wife was there with you as well, and I was actually very impressed with how, first of all, that you're in another continent and a whole different market, and of course I was impressed that you haven't been in. I mean, I think your website says you started in 2020. Is that correct?
Yeah, it's right. 4 years ago we started, middle of Corona time.
Yeah, and how did you get? And thank you, by the way, for being here. I know it's 9 o'clock at night in Stuttgart, Germany, so I really appreciate you being here. But tell us and all of us that are watching, and myself, a history of how you got into this business.
Yeah, it was based on my wife, because she has experience time before me. So we met around 6-7 years ago, and her ex-boyfriend, he was running massage business in France. And she had, while Corona, the idea, take your IT equipment out of your office, because I was doing IT before, and we put them their chairs, and we tried to sell, because Corona time was good business to sell chairs. The people was looking more on themselves, to do them themselves home. Mm-hmm. And yeah, I made this. I took out conference room, whiteboard, whatever, and we put in some chairs, and already we saw marketing. We started Google advertisement and all, and we saw it's working, the business. And I was thinking back what I was doing when I was young. I was not playing the computer games with the shooter games. I was playing the games to sell and buy things.
Yeah.
And so we took decision. We bring this business up. And so now we're the 4th year. We are multi-brand company. We have 2 own operated showrooms like you. We see in the background, quite similar.
Yeah.
And we have 4 other places in Germany to cover other areas. That people can try chairs.
Well, I remember I was fascinated by the fact that, Europe is a conglomerate of countries, and it's, I don't know how big it is relative to the United States, but it's a fairly densely populated continent. And I know when we met, you had said that you had even delivered chairs, I think, a chair to Spain even, and it seemed like you kind of had some pretty broad distribution. Tell me how many massage chair retailers are there in Europe, and how, like, are you catering to people from all different countries? I know you're worried about concerned about language, but tell me how that developed.
Yeah, so first we started just in the middle of, or a little bit of the south of Germany, Stuttgart, so Mercedes and Porsche is coming from here, or Bosch. And first we were thinking we just start 150 miles around us, but fast we saw, no, there was coming people 400, 500 miles away to visit our showrooms, to feel our experience, to get good explanation of chairs. And so also, yeah, we took customers, for example, from Spain, from Italy, Czech Republic, so up to, I would say, around 1,000 miles away, travel there with the transporter to deliver. But to be sure, last year we was thinking about, and we focus now on German spoken markets to also, we have this language issue. It's not one language, all countries. So we focus now on German market, Austria, Switzerland, and only in special cases we support also other countries, because we want to make really the best job what we can make. And this is not, we cannot make in all countries, in all distances, in all languages. So we now focused on German market.
And when you started, also you had, from what I remember, what you told me is you started with a whole bunch of different brands and different models, and I think you even said you had like 35 different models at one point. But you decided or realized that that was not good business for you, and you changed your business strategy. Could you talk about that a little bit?
Yeah, it was my personal decision at the beginning. So I had the IT background. I'm the guy to consult, to find the real best for everybody. So we have bodies like mine, like your bodies, more height, more weight. All peoples have different feelings, stronger massage, soft massage, focus on neck massage, focus on foot, reflexology, whatever. And I wanted to have for everybody the best chair. So I was looking all brands what we can import to Germany from European market. And yeah, at the beginning I was happy to have here. I think it was 35 models we had in the showroom. But it was hard. So it was good. People was coming, but it was hard to take decision. What is the right and perfect chair for me? And on the other side, what we learned, we offer 5 years warranty on site at the customer side, and we want to solve issues typical in 2, 3, maximum 4 weeks. So we need a partner, a distributor of the brand that is capable to deliver spare parts, to give us service advice, whatever. And there we saw it's different parties on the market. Some have spare parts, others have always issues. They don't react in time. So last year also we cleaned out. We took some brands out because we couldn't make our service that we want to do. Mm-hmm. And further, we took also decision, we source direct from the production companies in Far East, because then we have the full process in our hands. On the other side, it's also then our responsibility to make all good, but we know who is responsible, and we take actions.
Well, and I get that. I carry multiple brands, and every company they're different in terms of support, availability of parts inventory, getting things done within a reasonable amount of time. It varies from company to company. So I understand your frustration. So what you're saying then is now you are bringing in your own models from China, or from wherever, but the corollary to that is that you have to have your own tech department, your own support department. You have to know your chairs inside and out, and you have to be able to have access or proximity to be able to get to people's homes to fix them. Yeah. Has that proven to be difficult, or is that working much better?
Yeah, so I think we get it quite good done, because all our delivery teams do also the service on site and repairs, whatever. Because we always say all the chairs are from construction are quite similar. So it's not, when you know one, you can handle the others, but you need the parts. And yeah, it's working. But yeah, we also took decision with deliveries. You told Spain was really, really far away, but already in Germany, we have from where we are located with service department to go, for example, to Hamburg. It's around 600, 700 miles. So typical, not a day trip. Go there, deliver, and come back.
Wow.
But we saw when we do it with other third parties deliveries, for them it's always the first time this chair. They don't know how to build up. They cannot give advice. And this was not our service, what we wanted to deliver. Mm-hmm. And so we took decision. We do own delivery in all these countries. And yeah, sometimes it's hard. Other time it's quite nice.
Yeah. Now, in terms of the market there in Europe, you sent me some information that about your demographic and about the people that buy the chairs from you, and a lot of it's very similar to the United States. Now there is it seems like in the United States, my experience has been, and you had mentioned it's about 50-50 men and women, right? Isn't that? I think that, yeah.
50, this was, we often get the question, it's more of a product for women or for men.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people think it's a woman product. But what we really experience, and some months I was really counting who was in the lead to buy a chair. and it was really 50-50. It's not a woman product, it's a man product. It's quite equal.
Yeah, I would agree with that. I think our experience is that more men are looking for a chair, but the women in the relationship or the partner in the relationship is the one that does a lot of the shopping for that fellow. And so we have countless people that come into our showroom, and the wife or the partner will say, "Oh, I'm just here, with my husband or my partner, and just whatever he wants. I just want him to get, something that makes him happy and makes him feel better." Well, by the end of the visit in the showroom, now the partner wants the chair just as bad, and is now starting to impose their will on what what color we're getting, which chair they like better. And but it does seem to be a joint decision a lot of the times, and it's especially if it's a couple.
Yeah.
But yes, I would say even the numbers are similar. You're saying like 60% are looking for pain relief, and there's a certain amount of people that are looking for relaxation and stress relief, and then there's some that are doing it as part of a healthy lifestyle with recovery and relaxing with regards to exercise. I couldn't agree more with that.
Yeah, because this topic is always, most people come and say, okay, now we are here, we want to have something luxury. And I tell them always, it's not luxury. It's better for your life. Yeah. Relaxation in the neck, water out of your body, sleep better. It's something for your life.
Yeah.
And this is people, then they realize it's true. It's not luxury. But we are not so used like the Asian people to invest in ourselves. This is really what I see every day in the showroom.
Yeah, I agree. And people are too busy to look after themselves in many instances. We're seeing a shift, though, in the United States market. When I started 20 years ago, most of the people that came in were older folks that were in pain. And now we're seeing younger people come in that don't have pain, but they just want to relax. They just want to unwind. It's definitely changed over the years, and the age has come down. The age used to be 50 to 65. Now it's 30 to 60, 65. It's definitely shifted. And I don't know how Europe is. Would you say the same as in Europe that way?
Yeah, that's also, when I think back when we started, I had in mind our target is about 50, 60, 70 years. This is also, I had in the head, a chair, it's for old people. But then we saw, while Corona time was coming, 20, 25 years old, and they told me, we work now home office, we sit in front of a computer at the desk in the kitchen. It's not an ergonomic chair, not an ergonomic table, and they have back pain. They cannot go to fitness, so they were thinking maybe a chair can help.
Yeah.
I had customers, they was buying a chair. It was a 25-year-old from Bosch working in IT. 3 days after was coming 2 colleagues buying also a chair because he was sitting in a video call in the chair and told them all, it's so great to work like this.
Yeah, it really is. And the great thing about a massage chair is sometimes people don't realize how much they need it until they've had it a while, and then it breaks down. And then for some people, it's panic. Like they're panicked because they have come to rely on the massage chair to give them the relief they need. So a chair, the decision might be a little tough to make sometimes, but once people make the decision, boy, people are very, very happy, and they start to reap benefits from the chair that they hadn't even anticipated. Maybe they come in for back pain, and the next thing you know, they don't have headaches anymore, or they sleep better at night, or their posture feels better. It's really a remarkable therapeutic device. Remarkable.
Yeah.
Now,
for me, question. So in Germany, we are not allowed to talk that a chair can make something for your health.
Yeah.
Because we are not allowed to give a health advice. We are not doctors. I tell the people always, but we have studies from Japan, from Korea. There you get it from your health insurance, because they say go 1 time in a week to a physiotherapist. Yeah, it's nice, but you have every day the same problem. So make it home every day. And so we try to collect reviews from our customers that just tell the experience.
Yeah.
And how is in the US market? You're allowed to say it's working, or also the same?
Well, there are some studies regarding massage, and there's one prominent study, and I've discussed this one for massage chairs, but we can't say things like, "Oh, yes, we can cure these problems," or whatever. We can't. But the physiological changes that happen from massage, we can talk about. Back pain from muscle scar tissue, or from a chronic uh, injury, or we can talk about headaches. Because
Mhm.
there's anecdotal things. People say, "Ah, it helped my headache." We're not saying what headache it helped, or that it helps it can cure migraines, or it can cure cluster headaches. It basically can help people with headaches,
Mhm.
with shoulder pain, if it's related to the muscles, primarily to the muscles.
Mhm.
So we can't actually say, massage chairs cure like diabetes or something like that, even
Mhm.
though diabetics do reap a benefit from massage.
Yeah.
But we can't say that. But we can certainly talk about the anatomical, physiological things that are
Mhm.
benefited by massage. Heavens, yes. And we do know that massage chairs lower pulse rate, lower blood pressure, lower stress levels, lower pain levels. And so those are the things we kind of hang our hats on. And of course, it helps whatever that person comes in and gets help for. I mean, if they say, "Hey, you know what? I was getting sciatica, and by golly, that chair has helped my sciatica." Well, that doesn't mean every chair is going to help every person with sciatica, but in that case, it
Mhm.
worked. And so you do have to kind of be careful about, you know, uh,
Yeah.
providing a treatment for a particular condition, or
Mhm.
disease process. But
Yeah.
yeah, it might be a little bit different here.
Mhm.
One of the things you mentioned also, and you said in Europe, there's a lot of really tall people and larger people. We have the same issue here. Well, it's not an issue. I wish it was an issue that I had, which was tall, but the bodies are bigger than they are in Asia.
Yeah.
And when I first got in the business, we used to say the chairs are made by Asians for Asians, because
Correct.
that's really where massage chairs were. We're in Japan and Korea, the Asian countries, and now they come to the United States, and a lot of those chairs were too small. If you were over 6 feet tall, there was trouble. As far as getting all your neck fully adjusted or massaged, or getting your legs fully extended. And so companies really started focusing on the bigger bodies. When you go to buy your chairs from China, is that something that's probably a big deal for you? Looking
Yeah,
for
it's
chairs.
really, it's what we focus really. I'm always say my body size is it's quite typical for German people, and so I need to have space, that my shoulders have space, that the chair can support my weight over the next 10 years. Yeah, and that it's not me because I'm not so tall, but uh, my brother-in-law, he's 1 meter 90, and he's always the reference if he gets a good neck massage.
Yeah,
And when we take samples from from a brand, for a new model, we always I test it on weight and volume. And my brother-in-law on height, and my wife, she's much smaller than me, to see if she gets also still a foot massage, and the shoulders get covered by airbags. And it's a lot of chairs just don't get in our interest because they cannot support us
yeah,
altogether.
yeah. And
And
how
so
do
was interesting because we carried some time the chairs from Luraco, the i7,
Mhm.
and was for us a dream because of weight, high, and space. The first chair with big calves you can sit inside, and was not the other one really supporting
Yeah,
that.
yeah. We struggle with the same things.
Mm.
And sometimes the chairs are too big for the shortest people. There's some chairs that don't handle 5 feet or less very well,
Yeah.
and so it's tough. Oftentimes, it's tough to find a happy medium. Do you have to deal? Someone just asked. Uh, Shipping to different countries is difficult because of the languages on the box or on the owner's manuals. Do you don't I know you don't focus on the other countries. You're focusing on the Germanic language countries, but people probably hear about you from other countries.
Yeah.
And how do you provide the support or provide the resources for people that, like, if someone from Italy buys a
Yeah.
chair because they hear about you, are you going to turn them away, or
Uh-huh.
how do you handle that?
Yeah, so we tell them that on-site support typically we don't offer in these countries then.
Mhm.
But yeah, we can send the chair. This is transport logistic. It's not a problem, huh? But true, manual language on the remote. So remote, we typically cannot change. We say, okay, then use English when you can support. It's fine. And manual, really, well, Google does they a great job. You give him the PDF. 20 seconds later, you have an English, you have an Italian version, a Spanish version.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's not 100%, but it's 90% at no cost. So typically, this is working then. Huh?
Good. Yeah, that's good. That was a good question. You've logistics with regards to shipping is one thing. Logistics with regards to just the chair, accessibility of support for the chairs is another thing altogether. And are there separate? Are there other massage chair companies in each of these countries, or like I know we have a customer that's in England that started a massage chair store in London. But I honestly, when I first started this business, we actually had a customer in Germany order a chair from us. Are there many? And we don't see that much anymore where people overseas purchase from us. That was very common in the beginning. But are there other competitors or I don't want to call them competitors, but other massage chair dealers?
Yeah. So I think we have also 2, 3 that act also on German spoken markets, huh? And yeah, but they have also other focus. So we focus only on massage chairs,
Yeah.
not infrared saunas, whatever beds or so. So we have a strong focus just on that, and this separates us really from the others. Also, how we do service with warranty and deliveries, we are, I think, ahead of them. And yeah, it's other players. I would say around 2. They act global in Europe,
Yeah.
but we don't. Yeah, they do the business different. I think most competitors, it's just online resellers.
Yeah.
They just source some chair from China, just put it in a warehouse, send you the invoice, and transport brings you the chair.
Yeah.
And even when you call, I lost my remote, or my child put the feet on it, it's broke. How can you help me? And they tell them, oh, you can buy a new chair. Because
Yeah.
even they don't have remotes on spare parts.
Yeah. Well,
And
that's one of the things you pay for in a massage chair is support. You pay for that, and some people do import chairs on their own, and from China. But oh my goodness, I've heard some horror stories about trying to get parts for it or trying to get a repair job, something to repair it. And like you say, most of them end up having to buy another chair, and it's not worth it because, if it's going to break down again, and these are mechanical electronic devices, there is a propensity for breaking down. Then you're in trouble again. So I'm a real big proponent, I'm a strong advocate of support. As people that know my business know, we care tremendously about getting the customers taken care of, and so you are able to do that, and that puts you, I think, head and shoulders above most of your competitors.
yeah.
But it sounds like it's nothing like United States. Man, United States they're everywhere now. And we're starting to see more and more massage chairs, more and more retailers, more and more competition. It's becoming a very, I would like to say, a very customer-centric industry now, or market, but it isn't, because a lot of the people that are selling chairs they sell garbage, they sell junk.
Yeah.
So it's, even though there's more competition, more options, a lot of the options are bad options, and the customer doesn't know any better. How many models do you carry, Micheal?
So actually, I think we have around 15 in active sales.
Yeah.
But I think over time we will come down to around 12, something like this, so that we have always in different price ranges. We have 2 or 3 models in a equal price range, but with a different, for different bodies, for different feelings.
Yeah.
A more strong one, a more soft one, one for relaxed, the other for after doing 2 hours sports, to get better there. So, but yeah, we come down. So 35 was really the time is past.
Yeah. Well, and you have, of course, bringing in your own chairs, you basically can have control over what your chairs have, and I suspect you can also control what what factories they come from. A good factory as opposed to a cheaper, maybe a junkier, or I don't want to say junkier, just cheaper factory where they have less quality control, cheaper product, cheaper components, cheaper build, which always comes back to stump you. But
so when I started, so I still follow all your activities in social media and all, but at the beginning you was really reference, and to hear also various production companies and how we support and whatever, and it's true what you tell there, and this is also what we experience. It's some smaller companies, they have nice ideas on chairs, but they don't have experience. And the problem is we tell always the people, you buy a chair for the next 7-10 years. It's not a good to change every 2 years. So buy the next. And when you have a company, they started the business 4 years ago, they don't have experience. They don't know if them massage balls, whatever, if they keep 10 years, they don't know. And this also we took in the beginning a lot of samples to see new things, but we saw a lot of cheap crap. And so actually we know already, we source only from the big plants. But sometimes we get nice feedback from customers. They told us, especially after Christmas, they was buying a chair on Amazon, really cheap, and was going back after 2-3 weeks. But they were thinking, no, it was in principle it was good, but now we look if it's one existing fitting better for us. So making maybe a chair that can make us a neck massage, and not just somewhere down. And then they come to us, and they typically spend in 2-3 times the money. But they are satisfied, and they know the next 10 years they get it back from the chair.
Yeah, I agree. And what basically these companies are doing is they're creating disposable massage chairs, and you use it until it breaks down or burns out or whatever, and then you toss it and get another one. And that's an interesting take. And at least, and I've always said, at least it brings people into the market. That may not be the chair that they're going to end up with for very long, or they're going to realize there's something better, and then they can come to a more premium store with better chairs. But at least it brings people to the market. But what people don't realize, because they get so excited about the idea of a massage chair, and a lot of the advertising here in the United States is online. I'm sure it's like we said, it's same in Europe. But the advertising makes it look so appealing. And the people get caught up in the price and the concept of a chair. They don't look to see what the warranty is. They don't look to see what the return policy is. They don't look to try to find true reviews, other than on the website that they're shopping on. So it's tough. And there's a lot of people that end up getting burned. We had a company based out of Utah called Slabway, and they came and like they were probably the first ones that came with the cheap chair. I think it was $22.99 or $19.99. And they're out of business now because they didn't have any parts. People couldn't get a hold of them. They had no warranty. And they weren't picking up the phone when people did get a phone number. And it was very, very frustrating. So sometimes people don't know what they're missing until they've had something bad. And then they realize, oh, okay, Micheal has their product.
But I agree with you that even this kind of business brings us the then educated customer, and then he wants to take a good decision. Also, what you told about reviews is the same. We have so really weird reviews existing. One sample, it's really in the test is written that the audio, the voice recognition is not working so good. The chair don't have. It's a higher model that have. So I know who was writing the test. He was never sitting in the chair. But the people believe a lot. This makes it hard for us sometimes to say no. Our reviews are real. But
the reviews are sometimes I don't know. They can be very deceiving, and and there's some safeguards against those bad reviews, but most people don't know them. One thing you asked me on one of our emails was what my favorite chair was.
I think it's interesting to everybody.
Well, I got to be honest. It's like, okay, and this is what I tell people because I get asked this question a lot. I have 6 children, and I love every one of them. There's some things I like about one kid, and there's other things maybe about another, or maybe that same kid, something that drives me nuts with each child. They're all wonderful.
Mhm.
I love them all equally, but that's kind of how I feel about massage chairs. Like when I first started in the business, I didn't sit on the chairs as much as I should have. So I started testing them more when we started getting more chairs. And I found that, okay, I love this feature about this chair,
Mhm.
but I don't like this feature about the chair. And it was really hard for me to find a chair that I really that I had as a personal favorite. So it's
Mhm.
hard for me to say, like, I love the strength of the massage of like a luminary, an infinity luminary, or a Daiwa Supreme hybrid, or the Osaki Duo Max. But I also love the smoothness and the I don't know, the more nuanced massage of like some of the Japanese chairs. Or so it's really hard for me to answer that question. That's not the answer you want to hear, I know.
Mhm.
But it's every time I sat in a new chair, I'd go, holy crap, I love this chair. And it was like that with every chair. And then there's some chairs that I don't like to sit in because it takes too long to get started on them. And sometimes I just want to sit down and just get a massage. I don't have to think. And I like a chair that's easy to get going, and most of them are. But so I'm sorry to let you down. I'm sure that's not.
No, but it's nice how you tell this story with the child. I have also three daughters, so I can tell this story also. I always tell the customers, it's not about what I like. It's you have to find your perfect chair.
Yeah.
And I tell them, I have the lucky position. How you tell? I have this chair is for the feet the best. The other is for stretching.
Yeah.
The other is for relaxation. Now, for example, now this from Body Friend the Rovo with these feet. For me, was at the beginning was just marketing. And now I love it for my feet because it makes movements for my feet I never make the whole day.
Yeah.
But it's only the feet I like. The others I like different things. So, but it's a good way to tell with the daughters. I love them also all, but they are all different.
Yeah, and depends on the day and how I'm feeling too. If I like that chair or not, or like that, if I want to talk to that child or not. But the chairs, they're all great. And one of the things is, and that's one of the reasons why we give people a 90-day return policy, which is kind of absurd in our industry. And I agree, it is absurd because it costs me an arm and a leg when people return a chair. But some people don't realize they like a chair until they've sat on it for a couple of months, because then it's all of a sudden it's like, you know what? I love this feature about this chair. I didn't realize. And some people that might call us within the first month saying, I want to return my chair. We don't hear from them again because they realize, okay, I haven't given this chair enough time. There's one company here in the United States that has a 7-day return policy. 7 days. Like, I can't learn everything about a chair in 7 days when I'm working, have a family, sleeping. I can't learn everything about a chair in 7 days.
Also, you don't experience the benefit till your body adopts its muscles involved that you never moved before. So I tell them always the first. So after 3-4 weeks, you feel already your body's changing, but it's adopting after 3 months around.
Yes, absolutely. And if they still want to return it, well, okay, then we have to pay the shipping and eat the cost. But I do feel that people need to have a fair shake with the chair before they just say, no, I don't like this chair. And that's why going to a showroom is so important. As you know, and as Jason knows, having a showroom is crucial. But even still, we just had a person that bought a Luraco chair, and they came for 4 hours in one of my showrooms, and then 2 more hours when they were in Southern California visiting. They went to the showroom there. So they spent 6 hours on these chairs, and they loved this chair. Well, when they brought it home and they were using it regularly throughout the day, he had a knee surgery some years ago, and it was kind of inflaming his knee. And so even after all that time in the showroom, it's still not enough. They still have to bring it home and use it where it's just them and their chair and, whatever. But it's a challenge. There's no one chair for everybody. No way. But that's kind of how it's marketed on the online marketing is, this chair is for everybody, but it isn't.
This is really.
Now, what other maybe in closing, Micheal, what other things do you any other thoughts you have about massage chairs, about marketing, or not marketing, but the massage chair market, or any questions for me, or anything that you want to, any parting shots.
Yeah. So first, also we was talking about demographics, so about age structure, men, women. So how about ethnicity? So we see, indeed, it's a more strong uh, percentage in Asian people because they are educated in chess.
Yes.
So we don't have to explain them the benefit because they say we know. We just now take decision. We buy also one. Huh? So I realized when we was in US in January, when we was in the showrooms, we saw also the Asian, its percentage is much higher than in population. Huh?
Yeah.
And you experienced this, right?
Oh yeah. The Asian population, they have a real respect for massage and kind of that Eastern medical approach, Eastern medicine approach. But it's changing.
Mhm.
The population here, whether it's Asian or Caucasian or whatever, they are starting to appreciate more the benefits of massage. And it may not be, for pain like we were talking about earlier. It could just be for stress and for relaxing, and just people, there's so many things going on in the heads of people nowadays. They've got social media, television, family, work. It's just they're getting inundated. And when you sit on a massage chair, it's kind of like you can just get away from all that. And it's one of the few things actually that you can just stop and relax. And I think we're going to see more and more of those kinds of people that they want it for wellness, or like you were talking about earlier, like part of a healthy lifestyle.
Yeah.
I really believe that. And who knows, maybe it's preventing injuries from happening. I mean, I play hockey, and my hip flexors get real tight when I play a lot of hockey. So maybe by using the Body Friend Phantom Rovo, that might be relaxing the iliopsoas muscle. So now the hip flexors aren't bothering me so much. I played in a hockey tournament a few weeks ago, and we had 2 games in one day. Holy cow! I walked out of there like a caveman because I couldn't extend my hip flexors. So it may be preventing issues as well. But that's just me going off on that topic. Anything else that you want to share with us, Michael?
So I think for me was for day enough. So how he was selling for me is 9:30 in the evening. I was today already 11 hours in the showroom, and so I think for today it's fine for me. But my opinion, I think maybe we can repeat end of the year before Christmas sales, whatever, to talk again.
I would love to. That
For me,
would
it
be
was really
fantastic.
nice, interesting to see how you do business and how we differ, to reflect all.
What might be interesting is maybe to have a forum where we have you from Germany. We have this other customer of mine that opened a store in London. We could have there's a fellow Jason who's on this. I believe that's Jason. Yeah, and he's in Canada. And it would be interesting to maybe have the different perspectives and just kind of have a little forum of people, because I think we can handle up to 4 or 5 people on a call. And I think that would be wonderful.
It would be interesting, because also to we have ideas, we see how market is changing. So for me I was thinking before I was in the US meeting you and other vendors there, I was thinking US market is 3-4 years ahead of us. But I realized it's not so much. You have better sales than we in Europe for sure, but it's not so far ahead. But you are ahead, and to learn from each other.
Well, I think our industry is maturing. And when I was first in the industry, it wasn't nearly as competitive as it is now, and it became like the Wild West. People were just and it's still like that in many ways. Chairs are just coming out of the woodwork we've never heard of, and all of a sudden they've got a great Facebook video, and now it's all the talk in town. But our industry is maturing, and that's one of the reasons why I do these educational things, is because I want people to become more educated about this product. I mean, if you go to buy a TV, I mean, there's reviews on TVs. You know what TVs are good. You know what brands are bad. And there's honest to goodness reviews. for all these products.
Hmm.
And we talked a little bit about the tough reviews for the massage chair business, but we have a lot of growing up to do as an industry. Right now, people are just getting into it for the money. That's it, purely money. And there's no, I mean, that's what you open a business for, right? Is to make money. But
Right.
the idea is to make money without leaving any lasting benefit to the people that are spending the money. And so that's why I feel like the education is huge, maybe to a fault.
But also, I think 2 months ago you was in discussion with the guy from Johnson Fitness that they sourced out now Fujiroku as an independent brand and goes much stronger in the market. And the product line he was telling what they bring to the US market was for me so surprising, because in Germany we see they are just a small actor here on the market. But in the US they took decision to go really strong now in this market with broad bandwidth of models.
Yeah.
And there I saw, okay, they realized now it's starting also in the US that it's getting something similar like in Asia maybe in 10 years. So this I was wondering. So when I see the figures from our suppliers from Mosim, Bodyfriend or so or Hutech, what they sell in domestic markets, that they are much smaller than Germany. So for example, they have in Korea it's half the people like in Germany, but they sell 50 times so much chairs. It's crazy. But so we see we need education and the people get in touch to feel a chair on their body. This I tell them always. I can explain a lot, but you have to feel it.
Yeah.
And typically it takes 10 minutes and they say, okay, it was good decision to be here. Now I just have to find the right one.
Yeah. Yeah. And the fact that you opened a store is a testament to the fact that you care about the choices that these customers are making. If if you're just selling them online and they don't really know anything about the chairs, and you have now, you allow them to be able to become a little bit of an expert about some chairs. And that's, I think, having a store is a huge benchmark for being a retailer of massage chairs. I mean, anyways, I won't go any further into that, but anyways, we just had a question. Fernando was asking, do you think that Google Ads is the most effective tool to reach customer leads? What other communication channels do you use in Europe? Do you want to answer that?
So yeah, so for us, Google Ads, it's one part, but it's only one part because the people have to get in touch. So in Google, we reach the people who search already for massage chair.
Yeah.
We try to ask people who say, I have muscle pain in the neck, I have pain in the back pain, I have problems with the feet, I cannot sleep good. It's hard to reach them because also there's so much competition in Google Ads. We spend so much money to address them. So what we see, we need activities, we need events where we can put chairs. So we go in exhibitions, or we go now in some locations where it's a lot of people every day that they get in touch with a chair.
Yeah.
And then Google Ads is just to catch them up and say, okay, you visited our site, and now in retargeting to show them, hey, come try a chair.
Yeah.
So
yeah, the trade shows they're exhausting, but they do get people that have never tried them before. Fernando's also asking how many showrooms you have in Germany. I think you said you had 4, right?
So with 2, we operate self with own people on site, and we have 5 others. They are operated external. They have it's a bigger showrooms. They have also bed and sofas and other furniture, and we are just part of the showroom there. So there's not, I say always, it's not that deep consulting, but the people can go there and try, sit on it, they get basic advice, and then often we make a WhatsApp or FaceTime video and give them deep explanation, because this is also we see. So I have a nice sample. So in Germany we have actually 5 showrooms, altogether 7 showrooms, and I would say 2 more, but then we can cover Germany.
Yeah.
And then when I talk with OSIM, they in Singapore, the whole country from the left side to the right side, to within 1 hour with the car, and they have 40 showrooms, and they say there's market for 20 more.
Yeah.
And then I say, okay, uh, yeah, it's total different market.
Yeah. Very different market. Um, Fernando also asks, do a lot of people come from out of the country to come try chairs at your store? Like a lot of the neighboring countries, maybe the Germanic countries, or you know, I don't know.
Yeah, we see it's not so much, but yeah, the surroundings of France, Netherlands, and sometimes Czech Republic. So the surrounding countries also we see people coming.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, it's because we used to have a lot of people come from out of state to visit our stores here in the United States, but we don't see that much anymore. Most of them, most towns and cities have some massage chairs, even if it's just in a furniture store or in a bed store. There's many more options now than there have been in the years that I've been in the industry, for sure, for sure.
Mm.
But anyways, then there's Alex. You mentioned that you've got 7 stores. Where do you live? Where's
Alex is my colleague.
Oh, that's
He
your
was
colleague.
counting better than me.
Okay. you had to bring a fact checker with you.
Yeah, it's good name. Yeah, he's the fact checker.
All right, that's good, Alex. Welcome to the call. Well, if there's any other questions, go ahead and ask them now while we still have Micheal on the line. And just FYI, next month on June 20th, we will be visiting with Micheal Kagure, who's the founder and chief officer for Daiwa, or US Jacqueline, which is the US distributor of his Daiwa chairs. He was supposed to be on last month, but there's some emergency came and he couldn't make it. So we're looking forward to meet him. But this has been really an educational experience with you because Micheal, you're the first person we've actually interviewed from another country, and I have always been curious to know how massage chairs are being sold in other countries. I get people that come to my store and say, "Yeah, I was just in Japan, and I went to this store, and there was just like tens and tens of chairs, like 30, 40, 50 chairs in one spot in a store." Not in a trade show or anything like that, but in a store. And so it seems like it certainly varies from country to country, but it is catching on here in the West, very much so, very much so. Well, thank you so much, Micheal. It was great of you to make time. And I'm sorry, I know it's Friday night, and it's 9:00 at night there for you. So after a long day of work, I really, really appreciate your time with us today. Thank you so much.
Thanks for me. Thanks from my side to have the opportunity to be here and exchange. And I think we keep in contact. And also the idea to open here, to make another form with some other countries. I think it's interesting for all of them. And because also we see sometimes customer, the child live in US, they buy a chair for the elders home here in Germany or the other way around. Today we had a customer, he lives in the US in Florida somewhere, but he has offices here also in Germany, and he bought now a chair for them German office because he bought a chair in the US. He's so happy. He wants also they get one.
Yeah.
And so also it's kind of business exchange.
Yeah.
And also we had already some requests from US. The funniest thing we was on a trade fair, it was a crypto exchange exhibition in Spain. And there was 2 Chinese people. They wanted to buy a chair that we can send them to China. It was so it really to hide my losing, to send them the China chair back. I told them, I think in your local market you will find. They told me, no, this chair is much more nice. And I told them, yeah, because our air pressure is 30% less than typical chair in China. So maybe ask them to lower the pressure for you.
That's ironic.
Yeah.
That's like a Canadian going down to Mexico and asking to play hockey. That would just seem like an odd thing, an odd request. But anyways, yeah, good for you. I appreciate getting to know you better again, and say hi to Manuela for me too. And I'm sure we will talk before the end of the year, and hopefully we get to run into each other again. I keep wanting to. My wife has some very dear friends they're actually in Stuttgart, and my mother's from Berlin, and so I love to go to Germany, but we just have not had the opportunity. But if we do, I'll be
Yeah,
coming.
you know, you're invited to see my showroom. I show
Yeah.
you some nice models. No, it's really would be nice to have you here one time.
Yeah, it'd be wonderful.
And the other
But
way.
thank you so much for your time, and everybody for that joined the call today. I know people have kind of come and gone, but we're grateful for people's attendance, and we look forward to seeing you. Those of you that are interested next month, and Michael, we'll see you again soon too.
Okay.
Thank you,
Bye-bye.
everybody. Good night.